Hello and welcome, my name is John Valentine, and in this video I'll be talking about how you can boost your Instagram engagement rate. Now, one of the most important things when it comes to your Instagram page and of course influencer marketing and having just a loyal fan base and of course a very converting fan base as well. So when it comes to your Instagram account, you want to have a high engagement rate. Now we'll be talking about some strategies on how to increase these. As you can see on screen, the table of content here, these are going to be the topics that I will be talking about, using hashtags like a pro, posting reels and stories, utilizing your geotags, hosting giveaways, staying engaged, and creating a posting schedule. So if you want to watch some of these, feel free to click around on the right. If not, of course, just stay from the beginning here and watch until the very end. If you have any questions, put them in the discussion section down below. But other than that, enough said, and let's get right into the first topic. So, as we all know, hashtags are still the king of social media. Anything can happen, what you want. Hashtags will still rule social media and are the most efficient way to sort categories and niches on any social media platform, especially Instagram. So, how do you really use hashtags like a pro? Well, first of all, hashtags, of course, are a must, free, and easy way to use. You must add some kind of hashtags to your Instagram posts. They just are a great opportunity to boost your pictures and whatever it is you're doing. I still see some people just put captions or descriptions, but hashtags, even if it's just a few, are still a must in any kind of post. And used correctly, they can help you grow and of course boost engagement. So these are some pro tips on how to really use tips. So you really use hashtags. So what you want to do is you want to use niche and location specific hashtags. So first of all, niche. Of course, if you have a niche and you're operating in a niche, it is obviously way better to create some of these hashtags that are also very niche specific. For example, if you have an Instagram page that is all about fishing, you all go about fishing, and you can use specific hashtags, that are relative to that niche, such as, fishing rods and whatever. I'm sure if you're in the fishing business, you have specific hashtags in mind, but what you want to do is you want to brainstorm, research, and find some hashtags that you really want to use on a niche basis, but you also want to change them up periodically. So basically what you want to have is you want to have sets of hashtags that you can mix and match every now and then and just use them continuously throughout all your content. So let's say you're posting one picture every day, then you can use specific hashtags, and you want to have these sets preferably stored in your notes on your iPhone or whatever, or on your phone, smartphone, whatever it is you're using, or of course if you're using a publishing software like Later or Hootsuite, whatever it is, then you can of course already put them in, but you definitely want to change them up periodically and create these sets of hashtags that you use every now and then. And location specific hashtags, what I mean there is, as the name suggests, is have location specific hashtags. Again, let's say if you have a fishing business and you have a brick and mortar business, then you should, in Portland, Oregon, then you definitely want to put in Portland fishing business, Portland small business, Portland whatever it is that you do. Use location specific hashtags to your advantage. And even if you just have an online store, you don't even have a brick and mortar store or anything that is relative to your location, you can try out specific location hashtags. Let's say where your office is located. If you're an office located in New York City, then you'd want to type in New York City marketing. If you're a marketing agency in New York City marketing. That is definitely relative to what you're doing, and you can use those in order to find business that is also locally. Because even though let's say you're only operating online, you don't even have an office, you just all remote working, you have some people working for you, you don't have, or if you're just a one-man show, you can still use location specific hashtags in order to attract people from certain cities. Of course, preferably if you have some kind of connection to them, if you live there, if you used to live there, or if you can form some kind of relationship with people who are from there and say, oh, I used to live in New York City and I'd love to do business with you here, whatever it is. Of course, you can also try out locations that you're not really familiar with, but of course that doesn't come across as genuine. And of course, what you also want to do is use trending hashtags. Now, trending hashtags, of course, you can't really predict them. They just come and go as trends usually do from now and then. So you want to decide on whatever hashtags you want to use, preferably if they're relevant, of course. But if not, you can also use them for whatever pictures or videos or whatever it is that you're posting. And you can use them in order to appear in these search functions, because trending hashtags are something that people just go into, literally just going on that trending hashtags to see what other kind of posts are there. But if you do pop up with a post, even if it's not relevant, it can still serve as an engagement function, because people might actually like that picture even if it has nothing to do with that trending hashtag, and still just check you out. So you can definitely use that. And another pro tip would be to look at successful content hashtags. So let's say, if you're a fishing business, just look at other big fishing accounts, see what kind of hashtags you use. If you can't come up with any good ones, or you've ran out, or you want to try new ones, just look at other accounts, see what kind of hashtags you're using, and just use them. Of course, if it doesn't have their name in it or anything, but if you have something you never thought of the way of a hashtag to use, fun fishing, if a big account uses the hashtag fun fishing for your fishing account, you're like, oh, that's a good idea, let's use that one. That's basically a good idea to use those. And there's, this is completely free to use. You can definitely use that. There's nothing shady about it or anything like that. This is completely legitimate. This is just used for inspiration to find these kind of hashtags, and it's definitely a great idea in order to create a new set or just some new hashtags for you. And this is basically a great idea to boost your engagement rate, because it allows for more discovery of your content. It allows new people to find your content, people that may have not found it unless they use specific hashtags, or to find those hashtags and create therefore a bigger picture in terms of likes and whatever, and it pushes your engagement in that sense. And of course, using location specific hashtags, I do want to mention that if people click on that location, there are functions on Instagram, I'm sure you've seen this before, where it says top post, newest post, hot post, and so on, where you might just show up at the top, and people look at your, if you're the #1 post on a location specific hashtag, whenever people go in the location, they will see your picture first, and therefore your account. So this is a great way to boost your engagement rate, get new people, get new followers, and therefore just lift it all up. So this is how to use hashtags like a pro, and let's move on to the next topic. So next up, let's talk about using Reels and Instagram Stories in order to boost your engagement. Well, Stories are the obvious choice. They are a staple of Instagram. They've become a major feature of Instagram. As we all know, they are always pushed at the top, and they're actually one of the most engaged forms of content on Instagram. I don't know if I'm the only one, but a lot of the times whenever I go to Instagram, I actually just flip through the stories. Sometimes I don't even go through my feed or look at pictures or videos that are listed in my feed. Sometimes I just click on the story, flip through, and keep going or close it out and so on. So stories are just almost a must for whatever business that you're running. You don't have to put 10 stories a day, but every now and then would be a good idea to post stories, keep your name up there at the top, pushed up in the algorithm, and therefore also create engagement, because it is a story that only lasts for 24 hours, which implies that whoever interacts with that story engaged with your account in the last 24 hours. So if you get a lot of story views can be very good, very easily utilized for driving sales, signups, whatever it is that you do for marketing just in general. It is a huge opportunity in order to drive your engagement. So stories are almost like a must that become part of your social media experience. And you can use these for anything. Just some examples: you can create behind the scenes of your office, of your production, whatever it is stuff you're doing. You can have sneak peeks of products. You can have sneak peeks of drops, of your new products, of your new office, of your new website, of your new logo, whatever. You can literally do anything with stories. Again, that's just up to you. You can get creative. You can have funny bits, entertainment, whatever it is. You can show off your products. And of course, after 10,000 followers, you also have the swipe up feature, which is huge because it does allow people to just easily swipe up on whatever it is that you linked up, product sales, limited time sales, whatever it is. So swipe up definitely a useful feature. And now let's move on to Reels, Instagram Reels, the relatively new feature on Instagram, but they are huge right now. The organic growth is insane, and so this obviously also translates to higher engagement, because Instagram, or many social media platforms in general, always push new features. So something like Reels, if you use Instagram, I'm sure you've seen a ton of Reels just show up in your sort of home feed of people that you don't even follow. of people that you've never seen before, just because it has to do with the categories and themes that you like to click on and like to engage with. And they have a proprietary algorithm for Reels that has to be used, and basically it shows things relevant to your interests. And if you go on Instagram right now, you will encounter Reels that you don't even follow, of accounts that you don't even follow, and that will be the same for you if you post Reels. So this is a great opportunity for you to post Reels. And the good thing is you can post the same thing you do on your stories as you can on Reels, and you can have the same things that you post on TikTok on your Reels, and just that short 10 to 15 second video form content you can post on your Reels. So this is a great opportunity in order to boost engagement and just also build brand awareness and just gain a bigger following, because the algorithms for Reels is crazy right now, and it has to be used, taken advantage of before it sort of maybe disappears or just weakens or whatever it is. But using Instagram Reels and creating content for Instagram Reels is a very good opportunity for organic growth right now. Now, next up is utilizing geotags. Now, geotags are something that not everybody uses, and I think it's still a great idea for you to actually use geotags because it is an underrated feature. Basically, on Instagram, geotags are things where you can tag your location. It's basically a function where you can tag your location, and as I said before, if you just have an online business, you could just use your city that your business or office is located in to tag that location. And that would be a great function just to add on. It doesn't take it away from anything for you to add geotags. So geotags are a great opportunity and a great idea to add on all your content and your pictures and videos that you post on Instagram. And they basically add in your discoverability. As I said before, if someone goes on that location on your geotag and you have a popular post, you might show up on the front page. You might show up right at the top on popular posts or on more recents. You can also go on recents. Some people do just go by location, and they see what's up in their city and so on, and so you can pop up there. And this is almost a must for a brick and mortar store. If you're a brick and mortar store, if you have a full physical location for people to walk in, like a retail store, and you post on Instagram, and if you don't use geotags, then that's a missed opportunity. You have to use geotags and tag your city, your whatever it is that you have, your specific location, and you can use that for, as I said, retail stores or locally based businesses. And you can also use them for shows, events, and so on. So let's say you have an Instagram account and you're involved in the marketing industry, and you go to a marketing conference. Well, then you can use that marketing conference location and tag some of your posts that you're doing. And let's say you post a picture of you at a conference or at an event, and you take a picture, you post a picture, you must tag that location, just because people in that event will also go through that location, see what people who are also at that event are posting and so on. And so that is a great way for you to aid in your discoverability and people engaging with your content. So discoverability basically also means more engagement, and so this is a great idea for you to utilize in order to, again, boost that engagement rate with your Instagram page. Now the next topic will be giveaways, and of course we're all familiar with giveaways. They do happen every now and then from companies, and they are not a bad idea. They are a good idea of direct increasing of engagement. They are a direct measure of increasing your engagement in the short term. They are definitely not a bad idea to do every now and then. They offer people an incentive. You can offer free products, gift cards, merch, money, whatever it is that you're doing, and you can use that in order to drive engagement, such as, like this picture and follow us, like this picture and tag a friend. That's also a great idea in order to get more eyes on your content, and you can use that in order to drive engagement, such as tagging your friends gets you more people following, and some of them stay and some of them just leave again. So this is a give and take, but generally giveaways sometimes can be very beneficial, especially when you offer specific products maybe that are not more than you're willing to give. If you have, let's say, a t-shirt brand and you're giving away 1 or 2 or 3 free t-shirts, but in return you get 500,000 likes and you get 10,000 comments of people tagging their friends, well, that is a great return of investment. Of course, the bigger the prize, the higher the incentive, the more people will engage, because not everybody will tag their friend and quote unquote just for a free t-shirt. But just in general, giveaways are a great idea. They are just a direct increase of your engagement. Just make sure to list all the rules and everything. Again, this is not legal advice. Get your own legal advice and so on if you do host giveaways, but just in general, these are just some ideas as you want to list all your rules. What you can also do is you can get other influencers to promote your giveaway, and so you can either sponsor other influencers to host giveaways. I'm sure you've seen this before, such as let's say someone big with 1 million followers is hosting a giveaway, and they were like, oh, this brand provided me with 10 PlayStation 5s. Follow them and follow me and like this picture in order to try and win these. So therefore, you don't actually have to have a good or a big following yourself. Let's say you only have 500 followers. You can pay an influencer or just also involve them in the giveaway in order to advertise to a bigger influencer fan base, such as 1 million followers or whatever. Just a little note at the end here. Remember, this is a quick instant boost and not sustainable if you do it repeatedly. If you're an account that's known for hosting giveaways every day, every other day, the people that you attract are people who just want free stuff, and they're not going to care about your content. Hosting giveaways can be done to show your appreciation and show how you can be thankful for your followers. If you do it once a year or every 3 months or every 6 months, or maybe for special holidays like Easter, Christmas, or whatever it is, or for the summer, you can use them in order just to show your gratification, show that you want to thank your fans, but at the same time you can boost your engagement by, again, getting people to like your picture, tag people, and so on. But this is not sustainable if you do it every day, because, again, then you would just get people, okay, where's the next giveaway? I don't care about your picture of, your dog. Actually, people will always care about dogs. But, no, but you know what I'm trying to say. Basically, they will post pictures of whatever it is, maybe their products, and they don't care because they just want to wait for the next giveaway. So make sure to keep a balance of hosting certain giveaways. Now, the next topic will be engaging with followers. Now, the best and basic way to increase your engagement is to increase your engagement yourself. You want to reply to comments, positive or negative, of course, in negative in balance, but you want to like comments, you want to comment on other user-generated content, but basically starting off with replying to comments. If you post a picture and you have 20 comments, you should reply to every single comment, if it is replyable. If not, you can just like them. But you definitely want to reply with either comments yourself or maybe with further questions, which will prompt them to ask another question or prompt them to answer and so on, which will overall increase your comment section. Then you will go from 20 comments that other people made to you replying to every comment. That's 40 comments. Maybe some of them reply, maybe 10 of them reply again. So you just went from 20 comments to 50 comments. And if you're an influencer, for example, and somebody checks out your account and sees, okay, he has 100 likes and he has 80 comments. Wow, this is very very good engagement rate, and he only has 200 followers. Well, even though you only got 20 comments, it looks like you got 50 comments, and now this is not tricking, but this is just you engaging with your followers. This is very genuine, and of course it also builds that relationship with your followers, because who doesn't like people engaging with themselves? And people that you follow with, if they engage with you, they will always like that. So it creates that just that connection with your followers, and basically, think about it. It's a social media platform. You want to be social, and what you can also do is comment on user-generated content. Let's say you are a t-shirt brand again, and people post a picture of them in your t-shirt. Well, you should probably post on their picture and be like, thanks for wearing a brand, or you look good in that t-shirt, whatever it is. I'm sure you can come up with a witty comment to reply to user-generated content, but this is just a general good idea to create engagement with followers on your own account and even on others, just to create that connection. And it also boosts authenticity and boosts your reputation and shows that you care, and it shows that you're approachable. If you're an influencer or a brand, either way, it works in any direction and in any section, because it just shows that you are not just posting your picture and leaving. It shows that you actually care about building that fan base, building that community, and building that sort of just connection with everybody who actually cares about you. Again, if you care about them, they will care about you. If you post a picture of your new product and people say, oh, this looks great, and that you said, wow, thanks so much, then they might be more inclined to actually buy it, because they want to support you as a person, as a business, as an influencer, whatever it is that you're doing. Now, next I want to talk about having a posting schedule. Now, when it comes to scheduling your posts or having a specific posting schedule, you definitely want to post at the right time. Now, there are universally accepted good times on Instagram that you can post. With one quick Google search, you will find the best times for your time zone, wherever you're in. Generally, it's always between like 1 and 3 p.m., and on weekends it's a little bit earlier. But generally, in the middle of the day is always a good time to post, but don't quote me on this. You can definitely find whatever works in your time zone the best. Use Instagram Insights as well. If you have a business account and you use Instagram Insights, it will show you when your posts are most engaged with and your most used time, and you can definitely use that in order to check what time works well, and you should check what time you should post, and then adjust it accordingly. You can check days and times. Of course, if you post every day, this doesn't really matter, but you can also use this compared to whatever it is that you're doing. So let's say if you have a picture every day, people might not be waiting on their phone like, oh, my favorite account is going to post a picture at 4 p.m. But if you have something like Instagram Lives, they know that you go live every Sunday morning, and so they might be looking forward to that. So this just doesn't just relate to pictures. You can have a posting schedule when it comes to whatever kind of content that you're doing. Like I said, people are not waiting for your pictures, maybe not even your videos, your IGTVs, but something like IG Live is a bit more something for people that they want to engage with. So if you say, every Sunday at 11 a.m. I have a Q&A section, and every Friday at 5 p.m. I go on Instagram Live, and you can go on live with me and ask me questions live. You can guest on my live stream and so on. People are more likely to keep that in mind. They're going to be like, okay, every Sunday at 11 I'll be there. Oh, I missed it. I'll be there next. I know next Sunday at 11 he's going to be live again, so no worries. I'll be right there. So if you have a specific schedule for things like that, it's going to be a huge advantage. Like I said, of course, with posting pictures, nobody's probably going to wait at their phone for you to post a picture, but it's also good for you to have a specific schedule when to post. Again, you can figure that out by yourself with either Googling what time zone works best, and then using your insights. You can track it yourself, track that data, and of course, if you have specific insights from your audiences, that all your audiences are in the US on the East Coast, and you can probably type post in that local time zone and stay on that specific time zone, and okay, 80% of my users are from the East Coast. Well, I should probably post at a time that is relevant to them, and not post at 5 a.m. if it's 5 a.m. on the East Coast, while 80% of them are probably sleeping. So you should definitely look at that and have a relevant time. And you can also use a scheduling software such as Later, Hootsuite, whatever. At this point, there's a bunch that you can use in order to, first of all, get ahead. You can farm out content and create pictures that you can post for the next 30 days in like the first week of the month, and then you can schedule it to go out for the next 30 days. And you can also use trial and error to find your time, and then use that scheduling software to see what works well. For example, for the first 10 days you can post at 11, and for the next 10 days you can post at 1 p.m. and you can see that the second 10 posts did way better, so from now on I'll probably post at 1 p.m. Again, this is all a little bit trial of error, but there are general times that are accepted well. And as I said, if you're local, stay in your time zone. If you're local, stay during the day, and check your insights to see where your audience is, and go with the majority of that is friendly to your time zone. So look into it, post at the right time, have a schedule. Again, Instagram Live, for example, have a specific schedule, pictures, and so on, and create a schedule software. And it also not only is good for the audience, but also for you as a creator and as a business. It gives you a lot more organization and a lot more structure if you have everything planned out and a sort of content calendar set for the month. So that's basically going to be it. And just to conclude and summarize, basically you want to stay engaged and stay creative when it comes to posting your content, stay engaged with your users, and stay creative when it comes to coming up with also hashtags, captions, and so on. Use relevant, specific niche hashtags, geotags, and of course geo-specific hashtags, location-specific hashtags, and switch them up every time. Create sets that you save, create big different sets of hashtags that you can use every now and then, see what works. Have key hashtags that you consistently use in order to repeatedly pop up in those hashtags. Use Instagram Reels and Stories to drive your engagement, and use the reels, Instagram reels, in order to drive the algorithm right now and take advantage of the opportunity, and the Instagram stories in order to have more engagement and to create your sort of algorithm pushed at the top, because Instagram stories will always be at the top. And again, use geotags in order to put advantage to your whatever it is, office location. Maybe you just have a brick and mortar store and so on. Use geotags in order to take advantage of that. And also when you go to events, conferences, whatever it is, you can use that in order to draw attention to yourself, that you're also at the event and other people will check that out. That will definitely drive engagement. And hosting giveaways, again, a short-term method of boosting your engagement rate, and it will help you every now and then, and it's not a bad idea. Just don't overdo it. Find the balance and so on. And finally, find a schedule, posting at the certain times of the day, and maybe having Instagram lives every Sunday, whatever it is. Create a specific schedule that people can follow, so they know when to look out for your content, which is always a good idea. And that is how you create content that people will continuously see, and it will create a community and sense of connection where people will repeatedly check out your content and bump into your content. So keep all this in mind, and I really hope this video helped you with everything. These are some of the best ways to boost your engagement rate on Instagram. And some of these tactics definitely transfer over to other social media sites, but this was of course very Instagram focused. But that's basically going to be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Follow the channel, follow my YouTube channel, and in 2021 I will be posting one video a week. This is guaranteed, all to do with digital marketing, Facebook ads, TikTok business, networking, SEO, and so on. So make sure to check out the channel and see what kind of videos I already have. I already have a bunch of videos live, and I will be putting out one video a week, as I said, throughout 2021, so stay tuned for that. But other than that, thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to jump back to rewatch any part of the video if you want to do that, and again, put any questions you have in the discussion below. But other than that, thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time, and goodbye.